investing in classic cars offers unique financial benefits, with the potential for value appreciation driven by factors such as rarity, condition, provenance, and market demand. Rarity, often limited by production numbers or unique features, significantly increases a car's value over time. Well-maintained or expertly restored vehicles in pristine condition command higher prices, while provenance, such as a car's history of notable ownership or participation in significant events, enhances desirability. Historical trends highlight this market's growth, with classic car values rising by 194% over the past decade, according to Knight Frank data. Iconic examples include the Ferrari 250 GTO, which sold for $48.4 million, and the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe, sold for $142 million, illustrating the potential for impressive returns. However, classic car investments require careful consideration of costs like maintenance, storage, and insurance. Knowledge of market trends and expert guidance can help investors navigate this asset class and maximize returns. Leslie, get us started. How does the historic significance of a classic car enhance its financial potential as an investment?
Well, people like to be associated with greatness, and anything that's got that kind of provenance, the kind of relationship with a character in a movie or television show, or a name, a person whose name you recognize, gives that person a little bit of cachet. It gives them a little bit of a connection with something that transcends what they're all about, maybe at the moment. Andy, I think you're muted.
Shucks. No, I'm muted. Any really cool stories about cool finds at the museum?
Well, we have a lot of interesting things. Sometimes we don't go out and find them; they find us. We have President F.D. Roosevelt's Lincoln limousine, the first one delivered new as an armored car. We've got Elvis's 1971 Pantera that he shot 3 times and it wouldn't start. We've got the Shagmobile, the Volkswagen convertible from Austin Powers, and we have a lot of things. Something for everybody. I like to think we even have behind the scenes stuff, camera bikes and movie star cars.
That is cool. It is a diverse collection for sure. Andrew, from your work at Knight Frank and the Luxury Investment Index, what trends have you observed in the growth of classic car investments compared to other passion assets?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting trajectory, Andy. I mean, when we had the sort of global financial crash in around sort of 2008, and people sort of shied away from some of the traditional investment classes like stocks and shares and bonds, people wanted more tangible type assets. I mean, that's when we saw the sort of growth really start going up significantly from classic cars. I mean, I have to say some of the heat has come out of the market. At the moment, we're not seeing quite such stellar growth as we have some of the indices that I would use, like the Haggy index, have sort of come back a little bit, and we're sort of seeing perhaps declines this year for some of the marks. But one of the things that we did when I edited the Wealth Report, we would do a survey of high net worth individuals and ask, why were they buying these investments of passion? And actually, the top reason was still the joy of ownership. It was, it was having a wonderful car, buying wonderful paintings. The actual investment potential, the growth in value came second. So I think even if they're not going up in value, you've still got an amazing car to be driving around in, enjoying the sound of the engine, at least until we all have to drive electric cars or whatever. But I think there's more to collecting these passion assets than just the financial performance.
Yes, you cannot drive your Tesla stock around.
That's true.
Philip, what do you think makes classic cars a particularly appealing choice for people planning their retirement investments?
I think it's probably a great part of a, I think this is your job, but of a balanced portfolio. Some of the best investors I know in the car market find joy in what they do. So it's a massive psychological on the investment side. It's a relief from the psychological stress of the constant measurement of stocks, of real estate, anything in your portfolio that is, I think, measured daily, highly liquid, easy to sell out of and panic out of. So it's really a position of a group of assets that you really just you hold on to, you love, and they're tangible, they're meaningful to you. You can sit in them, you can smell them, they're important to you. And in a really bad time, they're really hard to sell. So it's kind of a good thing to have because you're a forced holder of them through some of the bad periods as well. Not that you can't sell them, but you really don't want to.
To what extent have you seen kind of a change in the tide in the last 12 months that Andrew was referencing?
A change in the tide for the market?
Yeah, I think pricing in the market.
Yeah, for car market, it really started in 2022. I think things were just ballistic. It's not surprising to me that things have really slowed down. Cars are still selling. Special cars are still selling very well at incredibly surprising prices to me. But you have to have something unique, something rare. But if it, all the everything surrounding, like the large trend has slowed substantially for, I wouldn't say insignificant cars, but cars that are less rare, less hard to come by. There's been substantial softening in some pockets of the car market for sure.
Leslie, as a curator of the museum, do you see classic cars as an investment or something else?
We see classic cars as a means to explain humankind's material culture. Cars, especially in Los Angeles, which is kind of our focus, we treat them as another layer of clothing. We really put on our cars more than we get into them. We clean them, we wash them, we shine the wheels, because that's at the end of the day or during the middle of the day and every part there through. That's how we present ourselves.
So it's part of fashion. It's a fashion item.
It's a fashion item. You may think you're fully dressed with your overcoat on, but not until you get in your car.
Well, I'm excited to be having this conversation about classic cars. My garage, I'm driving around naked. Probably not the best fashion, but there's potential looking at it.
Depends on where you are. In New York, you better have a nice overcoat and a nice Prada handbag, but in LA, it's different than that.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm okay in New York for now. Let's go to segment 2.